Hi, my name is Kyle Stewart, and today I'm going to be showing you my portfolio project for the full stack course here at Nucamp. So for this project, I use Next.js 13 along with TypeScript. For the database, I use Postgres and the Prisma ORM. For third-party UI components and styling, I use Chakra UI, Next UI, Formic, Framer Motion, and Tailwind CSS. Moving to the actual website, as you can see here, we have a navigation bar, a hero section here. If we scroll, there's a nice progress bar under the navigation bar, along with a parallax effect on the background. Also have this banner that scrolls horizontally when you scroll vertically, and if you click on it, it'll take you to the units page, which shows you all the available units and the information associated with them. Going back to the home page, we'll scroll down more. We get some nice fade-in animations when we first view each component. Some information about us, some information about the property and the security, location, where to find us, along with this embed from Google Maps to show visually where we are. Scrolling down, we have this contact form. So this will be used if someone wants to rent with us. They can put in their name. I'll say Kyle, then their phone number, and what they want to use it for. So I'll say storage. Now they submit, we get this loading, and if it's successful, it'll say success. Now there is validation for these forms, so if I leave this blank, it'll say required. If I put in characters for the phone number, it'll say invalid, and it won't let you submit. But what I also implemented was a submission limit. So you can't submit more than 3 times. So if I go ahead and submit another time, success, another time, success, and the 4th time, it won't let you do it. That's because I set local storage to increment by 1 each time you submit. So if I show you here, we have form submitted 3. Last submission time, it'll keep track of that, and that's how it will calculate the time remaining here. Now going to the database, you can see this is posted. If we go ahead and it's refreshing. There we go. So we have all of these posted from our contact form along with the footer. So moving to the actual code for the website. As I said, this website was created using Next.js 13, and the way that Next.js 13 works is it uses something called the app router. So essentially, that means all the routes on your website are based on the file structure of the project's directory itself. So what you need for that is an app folder in the root of the directory, and then a layout file, which will contain the actual HTML document, then a page file, which includes everything that is actually rendered to the page and populated into that layout file. So that would be the hero section, like I showed you on the website, all of this, the contact form, the footer, that all gets rendered into the layout via this children prop. And since this is in the root of the app folder, this would be the home page. Now say if we wanted to make a page for the units, so featherstonebp.com/units, you would just make a subfolder called units and then add a page.tsx file here, and then everything that you return from this function will be rendered to that route. Now for the API, it's very simple. You just need to create a folder called API and then whatever you want the endpoint to be. And within that, you need a route.ts file and then the actual method that you want to set at this endpoint. So some challenges I faced while creating this website, obviously using Next.js 13 as a whole is very challenging at first. It is a beast of a framework, namely the distinction between server-side and client-side rendering. I didn't really understand at first, but I eventually came to a good understanding of both. Also, this is my first project using TypeScript exclusively. And I have come to the conclusion that it is a great developer tool for things like errors and type checking. Just makes it really easy in the long term to diagnose bugs. I am still working on this project. Some things I would like to implement in the future are things like tenant accounts, so they can maybe pay online monthly, because right now the business only does mail payments. So I think it would be good to modernize the business that way. Along with that, I would like to make an admin dashboard to keep all the records centralized and kind of have a one-stop shop for things like account managements and sending out invoices and stuff like that. I think would be very useful. So that is something that I will be working on in the future. And yeah, that's my project. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.